Well, hello there. It's Jackie Holland, and I just wanted to say hi to you. And believing that all is well at your place and in your life. Today is a good day. It's almost springtime, and it's just hard to believe, isn't it? But yet, the weather we can see it gets hot, it gets cold, and we know in springtime when those little flowers begin to burst forth and we see a glimpse of what can be, our hopes get built up. Makes you want to go rake or dig and plant some seeds. I tell you, years ago, I worked in my yard so much. I had the most beautiful yard. I remember one year, my house was voted the prettiest yard on the block. In fact, it was the most romantic, they said. At that time, I had the white picket fence and roses running all along. It just looked like a wonderful Victorian, beautiful uh, cottage. And I remember the house, something's tickling, the house being red brick. And I just kept thinking, I hate this color brick. It wasn't a pretty color; it was an orangey red, and it wasn't my color, my favorite color. And one day, I just went and got some white paint and began to paint that brick house. And that house was so beautiful after a coat of paint. That's what happens to us a lot of times after we get up in the morning and put on our makeup. We look like a different person. And when we make changes to our home like that, it's just drastic. It's just drastic. It's wonderful. And I remember loving that house. Well, when I think about life, I just know that there's so many changes in life. And as we get older, there comes a point in time to where you're not really interested in even hearing about diets or Botox or any of those things that people get to make themselves look young. You're just trying to make the best of what you've got, and you've decided you want to feel good. Feeling good is a good thing. And if feeling good means that you go paint a red house white, or put on some makeup and change the way you look, or plant some flowers, whatever it takes, put some color in your life. Add, make some additions and make some subtractions. Things that are not working well for you and it's bringing you down and making you feel less than all you should feel, then you need to maybe think about discarding those things. And I remember in front of that particular house, it was an odd house, being that color, but it had yucca bushes all in the front. And if you ever want to keep a burglar away from your windows, plant yucca bushes around every window, and trust me, if they even come near that, they'll be yapping like a dog, and they'll be running for for a long way down the road, because not only do they stick, they leave stickers in you. And so those yuccas had to go. And sometimes, that's what I want to tell you, sometimes yucky stuff has to go, and you have to make the decision to make that yucky stuff go. And I just want to encourage you today, and encourage my own self, make the changes you need to change. During the COVID time, I mean, look, this has been a year. Some people say a year from hell, but it's not. But it's been a horrendous year. It's been a hard year. It's been a difficult year. And yet, in some people's lives, it's made some tremendous difference. And some yucky things that were so uh, bad in families, they've drawn, sometimes keeping those kids around you made you appreciate them, and also makes you appreciate the teachers too, huh? But, yucca and yucky stuff in life, we can deal with it. And I know one minister always said, do not complain about something that only you can change. And most of the times we go around complaining about things, and we can make changes. For instance, you can see, and I can see my own self in this phone. From here up is all my natural hair. It's turned gray this year while we're being locked away for COVID. Well, this other part was my blonde. Now, I don't know. It's faded and everything. It gives me a little more color, but I'm not so sure that that was all that. I don't know. But all this white, snow white grandma hair. I mean, literally, when I go to the store, uh, grocery store, the checkers treat me like a little old grandma. Well, why wouldn't they? You know? Now, if I wanted blonde hair, I could change it. But if I want white, gray hair, I can leave it and just cut this off or just let it grow out, and time will take care of itself. Yucky things are going to happen in life. Hard things, sad things, broken things can be mended, but some things you just need to toss. Some things you just need to say, you know what, that's not working for me, and I'm going to walk away from it. And that's what that I would encourage you today. Learn to accept the things that you can, change the things that you can, the courage to change the things that need to be changed, remember, and wisdom to make the difference. That's serenity in my paraphrase. But God is for you. He's so for you. He wants you to excel and not to curl up in a ball and feel useless. May I just encourage you, if you're feeling kind of hopeless today and saying, I need a change and I need everything is feeling yucca, maybe just get on your knees. Just get on your knees before the Lord and just say, Lord, I'm not liking who I've become, or I'm not liking the situation that I'm in, and I need help and wisdom to know how to make the changes. And the Lord will help you. He said, in all of your ways, if you will acknowledge Him, He will direct your paths. So, there's certain things you can change. If I'm going to complain about being, old gray-haired woman, then I need to make it count. And maybe I'll be treated sweeter. Some people don't even like old people. That's the thing, though. You almost have to dye your hair and try to look young before they appreciate who you are. So you got to make up your mind who you're trying to please anyway, yourself, others, God, or what. So you can make changes. If it means going out there with a paintbrush and painting your house, well, think about it. I will say this. One person told me when I was painting the house they said, don't ever try to sell that house because you will never sell that house now that you've ruined it by putting paint on it. And I thought, I don't really care, first of all. And secondly, I didn't really believe that because it looked so much prettier. Sure enough, when it was time to sell, it sold right away because it was so fresh and bright, and it wasn't yucca. It wasn't yucca vines everywhere. It was roses and hibiscus and hollyhocks and zinnias and beautiful flowers everywhere. That's what I like. Let's get some color in our life and take the yucky stuff out. Father, I ask you to bless my friends. I ask you to just bless the work of their hands, touch their lives, their heart, take away the brokenness, the hurt, the yucky stuff that's pulling them down, strongholds, habits, addictions, fears, all those things that's just weighting you down like weights. And I just pray you can just roll those over to the Lord. He said, cast all your cares on me because I care for you. Yes, He does. He cares for you. The Lord cares. He said, I really do care. And so I want you to roll all of that on me. So throw away the yucky. and make the changes that need to be changed. But just know we're entering a new season. Spring is what, any day now. And with that, as much as we love the flowers and the leaves filling the trees and the beautiful blooms, we also, especially if you're from Texas, you know very well the clouds will roll in, the storms will come, sometimes hail, sometimes tornadoes. You just never know. You have to appreciate today. So I would just encourage you, appreciate today. Get rid of the old. Ask the Lord to show you what you need to do to make the changes. And know this, He's for you. And if He's for you, who can be against you? So I encourage myself with that. And so while I'm wondering what I'm going to do next, I just ask, what am I to do next? It's that simple. You can ask Him too. God bless you. I love you. Keep in touch. I love you.